All right, so continuing on from where we last left off, we are now going to do this area. So I mentioned before what I'm doing is this box. There's generally two main ways of modeling a head. I just thought I should cover this. One is the method that I do generally, which is a box style. The other method is, I would call it like a spiral or a cochlea style, where basically you have edge loops that go from the ear and out and across this way. So you'd have all of these kind of going in here in this sort of manner into the ear. The nice thing about that is it gives you lots of geometry because it's all jamming into the ear, and so it actually works really well for making an ear. But I find that this has a much more structural component because it's a little bit more like if it were a box. So I prefer this way. I also think it's a little bit simpler just because it's kind of straightforward, like this and then that and then that. Now, most of the time what we want to do is we work broad to specific, right? You might notice here what we do. Sometimes in modeling, it actually makes more sense to work specific to broad. Work on the complicated thing and then go outwards into the broad forms, which is what we did here, right? I did the more complicated bits and then worked outwards. Same thing I'm going to do here. I'm just going to make this ear and then I'll work outwards from there, as opposed to just coming straight across. So the thing is, we're not going to be able to get enough geometry with, we're not going to be able to get enough polygons in here to then also have it go in here. So I'm not going to be able to match this shape exactly. I'm just going to do really broad strokes. And then if we have more, we can try to add some. We can do that afterwards, but we'll rely more heavily on sculpting. Because I think about it, if I look at this ear from the side, right, you're not going to see, it's not breaking the silhouette. As long as the shape is like this could technically be all flat. No one's ever going to see it. So we don't have to go that nuts with it. All right, so that being said, I'm going to do this real simply. I'm going to do this as basically just a one basic shape. So we're going to do this, 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 and this. So I'll hold shift, boom, 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 boom. Right? Kind of makes sense. Now from there, what I'm going to do, and I might change some of this and delete it and what have you. You'll notice that, and I apologize, this isn't as straightforward as like, okay, if you want to model a tank, model this, then extrude, then do that. It's a bit of more of an organic process, just in general, which is one of the niceties of it because it's not cookie cutter, but it does make it more difficult probably for you to follow. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm trying to give you a general process here, but you might have to make your own. So now I'm just going to go around and basically try to get the thickness of the ear, like so. All right, so we'll just go ahead and pull this. Oops, I meant to grab the point. Okay. Pull this point in, pull this point in, pull that point over, pull that point over, like so. Okay, now we'll do basically the inside of it. So we'll just do boink, 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 boink. Have to say boink or it doesn't work. It's been my experience anyway. Okay. So it went up. We'll do one here too. Boom. Okay. So now you'll see that. I guess it went all the way up or there. I guess we can do it here too. Okay. We'll go like that. All right. So now you can see we got sort of a thing going on. I think I'd like to do an inside ridge here. So I know I already said I was good. We're going to delete this. And I'm going to do a smaller one basically so that I can do the inside ridge as well. So we'll just do boom, 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 boom. All right, and then what I'm going to do is pull this up, and we'll just put that there. I'm just going to kind of try and line this up roughly with that general form and kind of see what we got going on there. It would be nice if this was more of a hole, so I'm actually going to move that over, and then I'm just going to do kind of like we did before. I'm just going to do a 4 though. Okay. And then we can kind of go boom, boom, and boom. So now I sort of have a hole for the ear. All right, and let's see. Let's see if we can pull that in a little bit more. And then let's see if we can, don't really want to do, there we go, that's better. More like that. And then I'm just going to go boom, and boom, boom. And then we'll do another one here. Okay. And that looks okie dokie. So now we need to get this ear to more or less kind of go into the, because if we hit 3, you can get a better idea. I'm going to turn off the sculpt. And let's hit Q to get off of it. You can see I've got a rough idea of an ear. It needs a little more thickness and stuff. But the thing is, we're going to sculpt on this anyway, so we'll build out a little bit more of that topology afterwards. So not as big of a deal. All right. So let's go ahead, and I need to get these in. So let's do this for this size. You can see basically we're taking where there was 2 and making it 1. And that helps it kind of bleed in. And we'll do sort of the same thing here. I wonder if I can go like that and pull this back a little, and we'll go like that so that this just kind of goes up and around. You know, your guy might have a connected earlobe. That's genetic. So some people have that, some do not. You may or may not. Your mileage may vary. All right, so let's start to bring this across, and we'll see where we end up. All right, so generally speaking, the eye should lead into this. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it into, not like that. All right, like that. Okay. And we're going to see how we can make this work. So maybe just go ahead and join that one up. And we could probably put that in there, and I can put that one there. That looks acceptable. But you can see I have a bit more geometry here than what I have over here. So I got to think about how I want to get rid of that. We could try to do something like this. Cut that into a triangle. That's not going to work, but I could go this way. And it wouldn't be terrible to have more geometry there anyway. So that this, oops, so that that goes more like that. I don't actually like that though. I could just try to pull these down a little bit, and then we'll just match it up with this one, like so. And we can kind of pull that one across, and then boom, 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 and boom. All right. So the other thing I like to do is this. I like to draw out this jawline. So I'm just going to go ahead and just manually do this. Just want to follow the ramus of the jaw. And then we're just going to have this go right into here. So let's see. Where should that go? Probably, we'll probably connect it to this one. We'll do something like that. And then it's just as easy as kind of cutting this across. Okay, so now I've got my jawline more or less. And that looks a-okay with me. Let me see, can I add another, let's add another edge loop this way. So that way I have more to support this here. Okay, because generally where the line of the jaw bleeds in front of this. Okay, so now what we can do is think about how we want to do these things. So let's pull this way. I think we could do that. Does that look okay to me? So I could take this and go that way with it instead. Pull this one up a little bit. Let's see, then I have more geometry. We can get rid of this one. Put that one there. Maybe pull this way a little bit. And then let's see, I got 1, 2, not the same up there. So I could try to pull that this way to make that a little bit cleaner. It's a little better. And then still have not the same numbers. Let's try doing this. And you can see that looks terrible. That's not good at all. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's go this way with that one. And then let's fill this guy. And I could just try to collapse these. But I really don't like the edge loop that's being created. Or you see that hole is just too strong. Not a big fan. Let's go like that. Trying to think. Let's go this way with that. That's fine. And then can I go that way with that one? Or is that too far? It might be a bridge too far. That's a bridge too far. I'm just going to do this for now. Really don't like that, but I like that a little bit better. We'll just go with that for now. Not a huge fan, but whatever. I don't want to spend all day. So a lot of what's going to be is just going back and forth. So sorry, because I know this is probably super terrible to watch. And okay, so I'm just going to basically go around and try to get my side panel done. So we're just going to go boom, 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 and boom, boom. So this can probably go this way a little bit. And we will do this. Good. And see, so you can see a lot of this went down this way, but then this one went up that way. So maybe we can still leave that a little bit that way. I'm just going to see if I can pull these forward a little bit. Okay. All right. So we'll just kind of carry this across. So I'm just going to go boom, boom. Good. Boom. Good. Boom. Good. And then I can either try to connect these. Yeah, we'll just connect those. That's fine. Pull this one up a little bit. All right. And then boom, boom, boom. Good. Okay. Connect those here and here. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay. So now we've made a front and a back panel. I'm just going to go ahead and hold Control, click one in there so I have a little bit more. Let's put one here too. And I'm just going to hold, oops, didn't mean to do that. I'm just going to hold Shift and kind of spread the love here. Okay. Just to make it a little bit smoother. It'll be real easy to add geometry to this. Right now I'm just trying to, get it the real base in there. All right. So now I need to go across. So a really easy way to do this is I'm just going to go ahead and think about the front panel where it ends, right here, right? So right here is kind of the spot. So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm going to bring this around in the same manner from the front to the back. Let's go ahead and add. Actually, we'll do that afterwards. It'll be easier to drag them across. Okay. So then this one to here, this one to here, and there we go. Okay. So now I've got my front to my back. Now what I need to do is I need to match these up. So if you look, I have 1, 2, 3, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're just going to add some in between. Not a big deal. Boom. Okay. And we'll just match up the ones that make sense. There, there. Oops, not that one. There, there, and there. And then I have these two triangles. I'm just going to fill those in. Boom, boom, and make them tris, or make them quads. Hold Shift and smooth, and voila. Now they are now quads. Okay. So there we go. I'm just holding Shift and kind of smoothing it, particularly these large areas. It's really spreading this out this way more than I would like. I'm not sure why it's make that a little more even, spreadier. Okay. All right. So what we're trying to do is just get that kind of bulbous shape. That looks good. Now we need to match it up to the bottoms, and we'll see how we do. We're going to have to probably make divert some things. So one way I like to do to try and add a little bit of geometry is I'll do something like this, just because it makes sense anyway. I'll go down to where the pit of the neck is, and then what we'll do is I will there we go, remake this part here. Oops, thought I did before. I guess I didn't. Okay, snap these down together. All right, and we're just going to go right down like it was. Good. Snap those together. And we'll go down to where the pit in the neck is, like so. Snap those together. But now what I can do is I'm going to make it round. And then we're going to instead go like this up. Because there's naturally that curve in there anyway for the pit of the neck. So it actually supports it. And if you look, I added 2 extra edge loops. Right? So it's a nice, easy way of trying to get a little bit more geometry in that spot. Sometimes I'll do the same thing here. If there's too much on the, let's get rid of you and you. If there's too much, I'll put it right around here, what would be the occipital protuberance. This little bump in the back of your head. I'll wrap around that. You have the mastoid process here that you could also try to wrap around. I'm going to see how we do, and then we'll add or remove depending on. Okay, so you can see there's a bit too much there. I'm just going to try and match these ones up to. Did I accidentally add? Oh no, that was from. I should spread that out. We should spread that out a little bit. So, Okay, so I'm going to move these ones this way a little bit more so that I have more geometry towards the front. I don't want to do too much twist action, obviously, but there's definitely more in the back than there is in the front. Okay, we're going to leave that alone. So this one kind of matches up. This matches up. This matches up. This matches up. This doesn't. I'll come back to that one. Matches. Doesn't quite match. Let's do the center ones first. And if you look, so I have not enough geometry up here, and then I have too much here. So we could try to get rid of one. That's not going to do us any good, though. Where does that go? Just out of curiosity. Oh, now he looks disappointed. Okay, which is probably how you're feeling. Okay, so we'll go here. Oh, never mind. That did match anyway. I'm an idiot. Okay, so we're good there. I'm just going to add another edge loop here just to support this neck a little bit more. Just holding shift and smoothing it out. All right. So now I just have too much here and not enough there. So the easiest thing to do would be to remove this, right? But again, I need to make sure I have the same number on the top as the bottom. And I can't, I mean, it's close to being able to do it, but I just can't quite do it. Not in good conscience. So we're going to need to find a way to divert this. And it won't be too hard. So what we're going to do is I'll put one here. And then what I can do is go like this, and then I can divert this one going that way, and voila. So it's just kind of wrapping around the neck. You could also try to put it around the Adam's apple or whatever that thing's. I can't think what the name of it is, but the projection down there. But what I would say is when you are diverting things, the main goal is to try and get it to be around something that makes sense. Like I put this around here because that made sense to me. You might need to, like I said, put something around here, but wherever it is, like find a bony landmark, a protuberance of some sort, and have it wrap around that more specifically. Like I did with the elbow here, right? I'm like, okay, I have to divert. I need more geometry down here. So I just diverted it around the elbow because that should be pointy anyway. This definitely needs, I don't know what happened here. I didn't. Bothering me. Okay. What's wrong with me? Okay. So we will call that good, at least on the initial face. I'm going to do a little bit more work. Yeah, so we have at least got the head completed, and it has gone around. You might need to add a little bit of geometry here and there, like right in his forehead. This feels a little bit, there's not enough quite there supporting. And then just spread the love afterwards. Okay. Something like that. All right. But we'll call that good for now. And then in the next ones, we will kind of carry on with this.